Welcome, my friends, to the one and only Rapture, and today we're going to be taking a look at some pretty cool looking fish. That's right, you heard it here first, but I do want to give a huge shout out, by the way, to this amazing map that is, of course, Rapture from the BioShock series. Everything in this map has been incredibly well thought out, and you'd think it was ripped straight from the game. Tons of awesome looking rooms that really are true to the series, and if you want to just hang out under the sea, this might just be the perfect map for you. But we're not here to talk about the map. Oh no, we're here to talk about this thing. This is an aquarium. Now, that seems pretty obvious, but I mean, that's really just what the mod is called. An aquarium. And it lets you create your own, well, aquatic wonderland for your pet fish. Now, right now, of course, there is really nothing going on in here. It's an empty aquarium. But by simply pressing E on it, we get a few different options. And I love how this menu looks, by the way. Looks really high quality. First things first, we are going to need to actually add our own fish, because currently there's nothing. And you can have a maximum of 32 different types of fish in this. Now, by types, I don't mean there's actually 32 types. In fact, there's 7 types of fish that you can choose from. Let's go ahead and put in fish 1. By doing that, you can see there's the fish. You can click on the fish to rename it. That's right, you can name your own fish, and you can name every individual fish. We're gonna call this one Chuck. Once Chuck has been named correctly, the name is going to then appear above his head. Now we can also click and change the color of Chuck. I don't know about you, but Chuck seems more like a yellow kind of fish to me, so we're gonna go ahead, change it to yellow, save, and what do you know, Chuck is a little bit more lemon colored now. You can also choose to remove Chuck, but that is heartless, and we have higher standards on this channel. Let's go and take a look at what Chuck's doing. We can get a different point of view from the other side. There's Chuck, just chucking along. Now it's funny because with the lighting and the whole scene and everything, Chuck looks a little bit more green around the gills than yellow, but you know what, it's going to work. It looks pretty cool. He swims around like your typical fish. Now, it's very important to note that every individual person in a server, the fish will not be synced amongst the users on the map. So your friend that is playing with you will not have their fish in the exact same area, just for performance reasons, according to the description of the mod. You can also knock on the aquarium. You can see when we do that, Chuck, well, sometimes he kind of freaks out, but, well, let's go ahead and add some more fish. Why don't we go ahead and try fish number 2? We're going to call this guy Finn. Yeah, I know it's not all that original, but it certainly does match the theme. We're going to go ahead and, you know what, I kind of like the blue, but we're going to make it a different kind of blue. Let's make it a really icy blue. All right, Finn is looking great. Now, I actually, it's funny that I think about it. Let me go ahead and add this real quick. All right, so I wasn't too sure if changing the color just changes the color of the name or the actual fish, but looking at this, we can see these two fish are the same species, but, well, one is certainly a bit different color. Now, it could be that they do take color differently. That's why they might not look the same. But just to really make sure, I'm going to go ahead and color this one something crazy like red. This should be, okay, yep, it does change the fish. So that's good to know. But again, certain fish might take color differently. And look at that. We got a nice little aquarium going on. We're going to go ahead and add some more. Let's add fish number 3 and 4. I'm going to go ahead and remove this one. In fact, why don't we go ahead and remove all the ones that aren't original, just so we can get a good idea here. We're also going to add the other fish. Why not? We're going to add all of them. All right, now they don't have names. I do advise giving them names because otherwise you won't really be able to tell who is who. But at the same time, if you add names to every single individual fish, you're going to find that it gets pretty cluttered, and I kind of like the clean look of just watching the fish swim around. But look at that, we got a goldfish, and they do just kind of float through the water. I don't know if there's any crazy type of tech that determines where they go. It's funny too, because I also thought they were pretty flat. I mean, Chuck here is pretty damn thin, but right here you can see this fish got some heft to him. All right, now that we've added a few different fish, let's go ahead and tap on the aquarium. You can see when you do that, they do all kind of freak out and they start to become a bit more active. So if you want to actually see something happen, well, just knock on the glass. Next up, we can feed all the fish. Oh, look at that. That is so cool. They all go for the food. You know, something just dawned on me. How did we go from killing zombies and scary NPCs to looking at an aquarium for like 6 minutes? I know this mod does seem kind of outlandish, but it's really cool and interesting, and these are the mods I like to showcase on this channel. Let's go ahead and feed some more, throw some more food in there. Look at that. All those droplets of food, and they have all been, well, gobbled up. Alright, maybe I'm crazy, but do the fish get bigger? Let's go ahead and throw a lot of food in there. Okay, they have to be getting bigger, and just to really make sure, let's go ahead and add some more fish. Let's add a fish 2 here, and he should be... Nope, I think they're the same size. Maybe I'm just losing it. Okay, I don't know why, I thought they grew. Alright, so I went ahead and added the maximum number of fish you could have. There is 32 different fish in here, and it looks good. If I just kind of back off for a bit, you can see it really does kind of blend in with whatever kind of map you'd want, and I like how it is interactive. It's also kind of funny how we're under the sea looking at an aquarium. I mean, I guess if you really wanted to, you could just kind of look at the fish out here, but that's not interactive. We want to do this. Let's go ahead. Wait, carry. Oh, ho, 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 ho. So you can carry the aquarium if you want to move it, but be very careful, because as you can tell from that health bar up there, you can indeed break this. And I promise your heart will be broken if you do so. Alright, let's get in close, and why don't we go ahead and feed them again. This time with the maximum number of fish. What does it look like? Oh, they just kind of swarm. We're also going to knock. And now you can really see a difference with the way they kind of just swim around like nuts. It's a lot of fun. You know, if you like to interact with fish, this is a fun, cool little thing you can do in Garry's mod. It does kind of have a roleplay aspect, which honestly this entire map has that as well. Alright, what else can you do? I didn't want to do this. We're going to carry the aquarium, and we're going to drop it or throw it at the wall. Now, be mindful. Never do this in real life, of course. Well, the last time I hurt an animal in a video, I had to actually private and remove the video. If you remember that, you're a real one. Alright, so unfortunately the aquarium did sustain some pretty severe damage. And, well, actually I can't even pick it up. Now, of course, you can pick it up with the fizz gun. That's probably easier that way. There does not seem to be any visible damage, but we're going to change that now. Alright. Oh no, that's horrible. The fish just flop around. Oh, and then they stop. That is horrendous. That is absolutely disturbing. Oh, and then they fade away into nothingness. Now, guys, I do apologize. I had to do that, though, just to properly showcase every single individual feature that this mod has to offer. But there you guys have it, your very own aquarium. I love this mod. I know there's not much to it, and it's pretty silly to some, but this is really cool, and it's not something you'd expect in Garry's mod. But if you wanted to have your own pet fish for whatever reason, now you can. You guys, of course, will always be the judge. Let me know what you think down below. Leave a like, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, and farewell.